We're Jay and Bea, and at the beginning of 2021, we hit the road. Permanently. We traded our city apartment for a constant stream of Airbnbs, new states, and places. And we wouldn't have it any other way. Come along with us as we explore all the U.S. and beyond has to offer. And join us as we continue
Living on the Way.
Hello there, and welcome back to Living on the Way, the podcast where we share our life of travel with you. And we're coming to you from a totally unexpected spot on our Alaska journey.
Yeah, we had big plans with a nice bullet-pointed spreadsheet, and then Alaska, of course, just laughed at our plans.
As we've learned firsthand, plans can change here in the last frontier. And if you're not flexible, you're going to miss out on some really incredible stuff and probably stress yourself out.
Yeah, so today's episode's all about what happened when Mother Nature takes your plans and dumps them upside down, and how we're navigating it with some caffeines and a few surprise trains and planes. I'm Jay.
And I'm Bea. But let's rewind for a second from where we are currently. We had flown in from Seattle and into Fairbanks because we wanted to be in Fairbanks for a future trip. And the plan was to drive down to Denali National Park. So we had a rental car, we had a hotel booked, even had plans to explore a few off the beaten path hikes.
Yeah, but then went sideways, at least in our minds.
And if you want to hear more about that adventure where we had to pivot quickly because of a wildfire and go from driving to riding in a train, definitely check out our past episode about Denali. I'll try to link it in the description below.
So fast forwarding to right now, where we're recording from Kotzebue, Alaska, which is a small town just inside the Arctic Circle, where we're surrounded essentially by water and tundra.
And it's the gateway to two of the most remote national parks in the U.S., Kobuk Valley and Gates of the Arctic.
Absolutely, which is the reason why we're here. Yeah, originally we're going to fly into both of those parks, Kobuk Valley and Gates of the Arctic, from Fairbanks, but we had to do some pivoting. The weather shifts up there in Fairbanks, and with the fire risks around, the bush plane that we had reserved made the call each of the 3 days we were there to not be able to take off and take us up there. So this morning, when we were scratching our heads trying to think about how can we get these done while we're up here.
And this is the last day that Jay and I and the two people we're traveling with could do this, because our plans have set dates after this.
Yep, we have more adventures to come. So with our pivoting, we put together a 4-segment plan to get ourselves up here. And now we're going to fly out from here tomorrow morning to go visit those two parks.
Right. And Kotzebue is a fascinating little town. There's no roads that connect it to the rest of Alaska, so everything comes in by air or by barge. And we've had to stop several times because there are more ATVs than cars, it seems. And locals have been very kind.
Oh yeah, nothing but good experiences. But yes, the ATVs are very loud and they go by very frequently.
Even at 10 o'clock at night.
My main observation is there's something nice about this place. It just works. It's not flashy, but it's definitely resilient.
They say Alaska is the home of the midnight sun, but I would say up here, it is the home of the midnight sun. Now, I wouldn't say it's my favorite part, but it's very different. It's like 10:30 at night right now. The sun has not really changed positions. And I read somewhere that starting sometime in June, the sun doesn't set for 6 weeks up here. So that's been interesting. I've been struggling sleeping in Alaska as a whole because the sun kind of sets but this is totally different. Also, we got to go step foot quickly in the Arctic Ocean, and we're sleeping above the Arctic Circle.
Yes, our pivoting has brought us new adventures.
And so how did you feel when you realized that we had to fly from here instead of Fairbanks?
Honestly, it's like, let's do it. Whatever it took, I wanted to do it.
Right. And I think we're now going to do 4 or 5 hour flight instead of a 7-8 hour flight. So, I mean, yes, we had to fly already to get here, but that's on a commercial flight. So more comfortable than a bush plane.
And with Alaska, take what's given to you and you make a plan out of it.
Exactly. I'll be honest, when we first started having to rebook things, hotels, flights, bush plane operators, I could see myself feeling a little stressed, right? I like a good plan. And not only that, I like a good plan when it comes to fruition. And Alaska has been kind of chewing that up.
Yeah, the beauty, if you could call it that, about Alaska is it doesn't bend to your plan. You bend to it. And when you do, though, you get the rewards of it. And you get to take advantage of the uniqueness of Alaska.
We've already had some of our most kind of memorable experiences on revised versions of this trip. And also the feeling of rolling with it and trusting the journey.
Yeah, and trusting the journey is kind of like this podcast is all about, which is living on the way. Not everything has to go perfectly, but when it does or what you come up with can be very amazing.
So What advice would you give someone planning their own Alaska adventure based on this flexible and pivoting trip we've had so far?
Yeah, we're just getting started into it, but you're going to have to give yourself time. More days you can build around the plans for flexibility. And then when things happen, start Googling and you will be able to piece together a plan.
So if you're thinking about visiting Alaska, here's my advice. Make a plan, but hold to it loosely.
Yeah, stay flexible, stay curious, and when all else fails, hop on a train or take a new flight, or, also just stand still, absorb what's around you.
So thanks for coming along with us on this surprising twist in our Alaska journey. And there's many more podcasts to come. And until next time, we will be
Living on the way.